Hello there, Pixies. Today I'm going to be spilling some of Professor Trelawney's tea leaves with my unpopular Harry Potter opinions. That's good tea. If you're new to the channel, then welcome. I have a special surprise at the end of this video, so stick around to the end if you want to be a part of this little competition that I am running. Shall we get into those unpopular Harry Potter opinions that I know you're all dying to hear? Or not, so to speak. Who knows? Who knows what you like? Draco Malfoy did not need a redemption arc. I've heard people say that he needed an extra redemption arc or something like that, but honestly he does get a redemption. It may not be an entire story arc, but I feel like not everybody is redeemed completely in one go. Sometimes redemption takes a whole lifetime, and by the time Harry sees him in 19 years later, the epilogue, he's clearly changed quite a bit, and they don't have that animosity, that resentment that they had when they were kids. That takes a lot of growing up, and it shows that I feel like he's redeemed enough. Not everyone gets redeemed completely in one go. I like Percy Weasley. In fact, I don't just like him, I actually really like him. Now I know he is one of those taboos that you don't talk about of the wizarding world, you know, it's like, whoa. We don't talk about Percy Weasley. What he did to his family, yes, it was unacceptable, but I always feel like Percy got the short end of the stick simply because he was kind of like really academic, and although his brothers all achieved academically, they were very practical people. You know, you had Bill, who's a curse breaker. It's a very practical job. You know, it's very hands-on. You got Charlie, who's a dragon tamer. Again, very hands-on. Fred, George, businessman. You know, a joke shop. Again, very hands-on. Percy's more a mental person, more of a sort of facts and figures, logic kind of person. And I think in a family full of very physical people and very practical people, he was the black sheep, I suppose. I don't think he was appreciated as much as the others. Gilderoy Lockhart deserved to get his memory back. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say he deserved it, but it would have been entertaining if he did get his memory back. Maybe, like, not every single memory, but just I just wanted to see him as the old Gilderoy again. I mean, yeah, he was a fraud, and he wasn't the greatest, but wiping his memory completely just seemed a bit overkill to me, so I really enjoyed him. He was so entertaining, and yeah, I could have done with more Gilderoy Lockhart in my life, to be perfectly honest. Here's one that I know no one is gonna like. Okay. Arthur Weasley should have died instead of Remus Lupin. Now, I love Mr. Weasley as much as anybody else, but I heard that J.K. Rowling was going to kill off Arthur Weasley in the Order of the Phoenix when Harry attacks him in his dreams, but she decided to replace him for Lupin. Now, technically, Lupin's death is symmetry, you know, when he and Tonks die, it leaves another orphan from a battle, and it's supposed to be a mirror of Harry, but I'd rather that Arthur died, because maybe it would mean that Ron would understand how Harry feels a bit more. Oh my gosh, I don't like saying this, but yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry. Here's another one. I've noticed that people don't seem to like Harry very much, and I don't get it. Like, what's wrong with Harry? I think he's just as compelling as any of the other characters. Yeah, some of the side characters are a bit more compelling than Harry, but his journey to who he becomes, especially when you read Philosopher's Stone again and you see just how sweet and naive and good-hearted that boy was, to how jaded he kind of got by the end, and just his journey of learning to trust in himself. I just find him such a great character. I wouldn't say he's relatable, because realistically, who can relate to Harry? I mean, he's wanted by the most dark wizard of all time. How many of us are wanted by a dark wizard? But I do think that Harry deserves way more love, I don't get it. Why do you guys not like Harry? Please comment in the comments why people don't seem to like Harry that much. Peeves. Peeves did not need to be in the films. I know that people say we were robbed of not having Peeves in the films, but really, think to yourself, what would Peeves have added to the films that you didn't already have with Fred and George Weasley? Anyone want to tell me? I always saw more Gryffindor traits in Tonks than Hufflepuff. You can talk to me about that one. I don't have much else to say, but I just feel like she was definitely giving off Gryffindor vibes to me. If you want to comment why you think the opposite or why you think the same, or if you think she was a completely different house other than those two, then let me know. Harry and Cho were made for each other. I'm kidding. They weren't. So for me, Ginny and Harry never really made sense whenever I read the books, and I just was like, Ginny and Harry? They hardly talk to each other. I mean, yes, they talk more to each other in the books, but I still never saw why they ended up marrying each other. As I grow up and I reread them now, I see it a bit more and I understand where it came from, but I do sometimes think she kind of shoehorned that in there because Harry and Ginny had to get together so that Harry and Ron could be real brothers, you know? I don't know. Just never quite gelled for me. I think that Fred Weasley and Hermione Granger would have made a very good couple. I feel like Hermione definitely needs someone who can chill her out completely, but also someone who's on her intellectual wavelength. And throughout the series, you see these two kind of admire each other. You can tell that they have this admiration for each other because not only are Fred and George, you know, fun, but they can do some seriously advanced magic that actually impresses Hermione. So I totally could have seen Fred with Hermione, but I also adore Ron and Hermione, and I wouldn't change it, but I think it would have been a nice touch to have those two together. Another couple that didn't make sense to me were Tonks and Lupin. It threw me for a loop. I was like, what? Why? Why? Like, they're so different. They're so different, and I never understood it. Also, the age gap was a big thing because I didn't think that Tonks was the type of person who wanted to be with someone so much older than her because she's so very youthful. I never got that. So, sorry. So please, don't kill me for my, unpopular Harry Potter opinions, if they're even unpopular. They may be actually really popular and I just didn't know because I live in a bubble. And now let's move on to this competition that I was telling you about at the start of this video. If you did make it this far, why don't you put a little thumbs up emoji in the comments with your comment so that I know that you saw, because that would be nice to get some people right to the tail end of a video. So this competition is a channel banner competition, because I don't know if any of you have noticed. If you are new here, then you wouldn't have, but if you're not new here, then you will have noticed that I have changed my YouTube channel name to Pixie Potterhead, and currently the banner is a little lame. I mean, I tried to make it myself, it's the best that I could do, but I think that some of my lovely watchers are the artistic type, and I had a very great suggestion from one of my Twitter friends. You know who you are, and she gave me the idea of running a little mini competition to see who can make the best channel banner for my channel, and that channel banner will be up for everyone to see. Your work will be showcased, and I would be happy to do that. And you can put your little name on it somewhere if you want to, so that people know it's you. But I want to give back something, and I think it would be nice because clearly people want to do this, and people have asked me if they could. So I thought, why not make it a little special competition? Here are the rules, and they will be in the description below as well if you don't want to listen to this. All entries must be in the YouTube dimensions, which are, I believe, 2560 by 1440. The competition ends on the 14th of May, that is a Tuesday, so if you can get them to me by then, that would be great. All entries must be sent to me via my Twitter or my Instagram. The links for those will be in the description as well. And of course, you must include the title Pixie Potterhead somewhere on the banner. I will give you free rein, but I have to say, just take a look at what my general colour scheme is and try to match that if you can. So, I wish you all good luck, Felix be with you, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!